We pick up the tape in the fourth quarter with this game going nip and tuck. The Warriors are battling back here as the non-Steph players here, the non-Steph minutes, I should say, went the Warriors' way. Down 2, 83-81, but the Rockets, they look like the veteran team tonight. You see a nice pass there by Şengün. Şengün working on a mismatch against Brandin Podziemski. That's a big shot right there. Rockets up 6, and then just good ball movement, patience. Amen Thompson. Again, he's a special athlete. Gets the bucket over to DPOY favorite. Rockets up 8. And here's another basket right here. Amen Thompson slashes to the rim. Oh, almost got that to drop, but then Steven Adams there with the tip in. And the Rockets, JTA, really used their size, athleticism. They crashed the glass on the offensive rebounding, on the offensive glass. Impressive victory in the way they did it. They played at their own pace. They defended Stephen Curry, ball denials, blitzing him, doubling him at half court, forcing anybody but Steph to beat them. And he had one of his worst games of the season. 1 of 10 from the floor, just 3 points, that 3-point heave right before halftime. 1 of 8 for the 3-point line, 8 assists in 33 minutes. Fezzi fell, man. What a defensive game plan by the Houston Rockets.
Well, Bonte, when Steph Curry is doubled like this, a lot of the success the Warriors have is from Steph giving it to his pressure relievers. We call Draymond Green that. We've called Brandin Podziemski that. We've called GP2 that. And the Warriors tonight could not get those guys going early. So Steph could really never get going because you just kept doubling him and he kept getting results that way. So it's really important for the Warriors to get back to that precision offense, what they did against the Memphis Grizzlies, what they did against the Denver Nuggets, where they just moved the ball.
And let's check out the fast break points tonight because the Warriors did commit 20 turnovers, and we always discuss this on this panel. Take care of the basketball, especially against a young, athletic team. And look at Jalen Green getting down on the floor, coming up with a steal again. 26-12 advantage on the fast break points. And when you let this young team, JTA, get out and run, all of a sudden they start feeling good from the perimeter, and that's what happened tonight.
Well, absolutely. That's the name of the game, right? You try to get easy buckets to start the game for yourself. You find the flow, and it's just like, I'm hooping now, So I feel like when you can get those easy ones in transition, you get easy dunks, it allows you to just feel confident about your game, and so the game becomes much easier.
Plus breakdown Draymond Green's night as he's in a running for DPOY. More coming up on Toyota Warriors Postgame Live. Dubs were up 11, but the Rockets crawled back and took control in the second half. And they limit those second chance opportunities, JTA. That did not happen tonight against Houston.
It didn't. They made it real tough. Alperen Sengun he's a tough guard. I mean, he's so versatile and he's huge. 7 offensive rebounds. Some guys don't get 7 rebounds in a game in totality. 7 offensive rebounds is really tough. So I think he was a difference maker there.
And that was the matchup to watch, Fezzi fell. Draymond Green against Şengün, but 19 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists. And as Draymond was barking out there, he went and got himself an N1 against Draymond Green as we look at the game within the game. Break it down, Fezzi.
I mean, you gotta give a lot of credit to this young Houston Rockets team. I mean, these are plays that really took the Warriors out of the flow of the game. This is a play where it just seemed like the Warriors lost their cool. They lost their demeanor and they lost their composure. And Alperen Şengün, he is a force. You don't want to see him on a guard. It's already a tough cover for big man. He's an all-star in this league, a double-double machine. And it just, all these little plays. This is right before the halftime. We talked about closing quarters and closing halves. That was just a tough play for the Warriors going into the half. Yes, they missed the free throws, but they were down. And we know what it's like when you come into the game and you're down in the second half.
You see Draymond Green picked up some early fouls. This was a questionable play here. They reviewed it. Draymond gets a flagrant 1. And from there, the Houston Rockets did not look back. Look, whenever you see contact in the head area, during this area, they're going to call that. It goes against Draymond Green. And the Rockets went off and started running in that third quarter, building a 10-point lead, JTA. And it felt like it was going to go the Warriors' way. They're on a 22-7 run in the first quarter. And look at the defense right here, trying to set your positioning right there on the defensive end of the floor. Break it down, Fezzi.
I mean, right there, you have to be physical with the big man. He's going to try to seal you right there in transition. Draymond doing a great job of not letting him get all the way to the rim. Right here, Amen Thompson. You got to get between him and the basket. This is the Houston Rockets struggle to score. I mean, they just want those easy baskets to get them into the game. And here in the first quarter, I thought Draymond Green did a great job being between the man and the basket. This is what you want defensively. Then later on, those offensive rebounds started piling in, and that's what changed the course of the game. But this is what you want the whole game.
third quarter. So their best defender on the sideline there, saddled in foul trouble, and the Rockets were able to take advantage, shooting 48% from the floor. They out-rebounded Dubs. Warriors did get up to 28 assists, but it's the points in the paint. Rockets plus 16. You see the points off turnovers plus 3, and of course, when it came to fast break points, the Rockets were plus 12, but they couldn't hit a free throw at all. 6-16 tonight, but both teams really didn't have it going from the charity stripe. Let's hear from Steve Kerr as the Warriors had their 5-game winning streak snap, presented by BMW.
What stood out about Houston's team defense and then the way Amin Thompson defended Steph?
Yeah, they were great. I mean, ball pressure, they forced 20 turnovers. They've been one of the hottest teams in the league and probably the best defensive team, in the league this last month, and they took it to us. They were great tonight.
Steve, you talked about Steph's fatigue in the last month, and obviously he's been carrying a huge offensive load over the last few games. Yeah. Do you think tonight was a symptom of fatigue, or do you think it was a bit more with his performance tonight?
I mean, it's this is the NBA season. You go through 82 games, and there's just games where you don't have it. Every player, no matter how good you are. So Steph didn't have it tonight. They did a great job defensively. Take tomorrow off and get ready for Phoenix, and you guys get to analyze everything. But it's all part of the season.
Steve, what was the most difficult part to try and fight against? I mean, they're a taller team, athletic, energetic, all those things. What are the hardest part about this team to play?
They have great size and athleticism, at pretty much every position. And Ime's done a great job. They've really established an identity, and they kind of know who they are. And great defensive team, and they played a really good defensive game tonight.
You have said, and many others have said many years, or true proof behind it is that, age can be a factor in the NBA. Is their age difficult to deal with because it brings a certain energy too?
Because they're young?
Yeah, I mean, is their age and energy combined a difficult thing to deal with for guys that have been on the road like you guys have been for a while?
They're a young team on the rise. They got a lot of good, talented young athletes, and they're playing well, and they just beat OKC 2 days ago, and like I said, one of the hottest teams in the league, and there's a reason, they're 52-27. They're great team.
It's Brandin Podziemski, 19 points tonight, 4-9 from the three-point line, went 50% from the floor, 7-14 overall. And Mully, he's decisive. He's making quick decisions. He's playing his best basketball of his young career.
No, he's playing great ball. We said pre-game, he's doing everything in great form. His shooting, decision-making, his mid-range game is on point. I thought he had another fantastic performance.
Haas is moving up on that scouting report right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's the guy he's hitting those shots the Warriors desperately need. One of the reasons why that starting lineup has had such a great record. You got Pods coming into the game. He's pushing the ball. He's getting Steph off the ball. And they got to get him more involved whenever the games like this are going this way.
Buddy Hield, he went out and scored 20 points. Now the Warriors dropped to 12-1 on the season when he scores at least 19 in a game. But how about Gary Payton, the second back, returning? Remember, in his previous 9 games, Gary Payton II was shooting 44% from 3 in his last 9 games. He picked up where he left off, and then Jonathan Kuminga was crashing the glass. Overall, the bench scored 56 points. Good production. That's been the strength of their team all season long, JCA.
Great production. Look, I don't think Steph Curry's going to have another game where he only scores 3 points, right? Like, we got a lot of, contribution from the bench, from a lot of other guys. It was just an off night for Steph, and sometimes that happens. Houston is also an incredible defensive team. You ran into, a very versatile, young, athletic team.
Denver taking on the Indiana Pacers at home. Denver's been struggling. No Jamal Murray in this one. We pick it up in the second quarter. Nikola Jokic. Boy, he is good. Later on, third quarter, Nuggets down 3. Michael Porter Jr. wide open 3. Splash. But the Pacers, they get up and down. In late third quarter, Tyrese Halliburton. Ooh, that is nasty. Halliburton, a very good player, won a gold medal last summer in Paris. See Denver trying to go to the rack here. Down 3 midway through the fourth quarter. But look at Indiana. They're trying to move up in the seeding. Oh, that was nasty. Then Eric Gordon. And we know Aaron Gordon from down in San Jose is a hell of a defender. Not that time as Jokic and company turned it over late in the game.
Man, we got March Madness in April.
Wow. Denver loses another one. They lose to Indiana at home in the Mile High City as it's time to follow the Magic. Courtesy of Humboldt County, California's Redwood Coast, and Luka Doncic and the Lakers. They beat up on the Pelicans Friday night to bounce back from their loss against the Golden State Warriors. And then Luka's doing stuff like that, like he's Larry Bird. That was nasty.
Come on, man.
Eyes in the back of his head. And then later on against Alex Caruso, one of the better perimeter defenders in the league.
Luka is hit his bag right now. What's happening?
Follow that magic right there. 22 first half points from Luka.
Right now.
The Lakers blow away Oklahoma City. In Oklahoma City, they'll play them again Tuesday night for a little doubleheader as we take a look at the wild Western Conference standings. There you go, Fezzy Phil.
Post game, baby.
That's post game. You see JTA Mully. Don't take notes from Mully on that yeehaw, all right? Check out the standings. Warriors had an opportunity to move up to 4th place in the Western Conference with the Denver loss. However, the Warriors lose to Houston. So now look at this 4-way tie, 5-way tie.
Column.
Denver, the Clippers, the Warriors, Minnesota, and Memphis, all with 32 losses apiece. But the most important part is the Warriors are still out of that box. Boy, it's getting dicey.
Spooky.
It's getting spooky out here. You want that week off. And, of course, the Warriors end the season right here at Chase Center against the L.A. Clippers. So the week ahead for the Warriors, a back-to-back against Phoenix and San Antonio. They play Portland Friday night. Then end the season against the Clippers, who's playing as well as anybody right now, Fezzy.
They played incredibly well tonight. They did what they want to do, turn us over, contest shots, make it difficult. But I think if we take care of the ball and we care about every possession like we should, it may be a different outcome. That's not the case. So all of the ifs can stay where they are.
Is the key to beating this team just keeping them out of transition?
Not turning the ball over. It's not about beating that team. It's about us winning against anybody. Whenever we get shots on goal, when we keep our turnovers down, we can hang, we can beat anybody.
You're a guy that, can get a shot whenever you want. As you said, is this a game where, Steph's struggling where you would probably want her to be a bit more aggressive offensively with your shot?
Maybe, maybe not. My thing is I'm going to make the right player majority of the time, probably like 9 out of 10 times. So if I get in there and draw help, I'm going to kick it to the open guy. But I'm not going to say that anybody scoring was the reason that we did not win this game. I'm going to stick to turnovers. We had 20 of them. It's going to be hard to win in any basketball game if you got 20 turnovers.
What stood out about the way that they did guard Steph tonight, though?
They did a good job of whatever you want to call it.
What do you call it?
I don't even know. I've never seen an individual get fouled more than he gets fouled. To me, I think that's it's astounding. But it's crazy to say, but he's used to it. It's been happening to him his whole career, and he's found a way through it, around it, under it, whatever you want to call it. It's tough.
The fouling, you mean not just tonight, you mean since you've been here?
I mean, yeah, I've seen it since I've been here, but I don't know how many years he got. What he got, 16? I'm pretty sure it's been happening for 16 straight years. I get to see it, and it really angers me that he's on my team and he gets hacked like that.
Play number 3, Stephen Curry, right before the half. And we've seen this movie before. He usually hits that, and then it comes out in the third quarter. It goes on a Curry flurry, but credit to Houston Rockets. They prevented that from happening. And that, folks, is the only basket Stephen Curry would score tonight. It was an impressive one, though. Another long one before the half like we saw against Orlando and Brooklyn earlier this season.
I mean, if they're going to chase you all the way out there, you might as well just keep moving farther and farther back. This is what Steph Curry does. What's that, 39 feet?
Yeah, I'd say at least that, yeah.
Play number 2. Stephen Curry, nice little 2-man game between him and JK. They have this in their arsenal. They talked about it a couple of weeks ago. That's 2-man game between Kuminga and Curry. Can work there. You see JK, he is athletic as all heck. Can jump with the best of them. Nice decision here, JTA. Give the ball up, screen.
Yeah, I think if they can execute and exploit those type of plays, you get a lot of easy buckets because the gravity Steph has is always going to attract 2 or 3 defenders.
Beautiful pocket pass there to JK.
No doubt about that. We didn't have a lot of highlights with his face. The highlight footage here.
I think that's a highlight there.
That's a highlight. There we go, no doubt.
Number one highlight.
You got Aisha with that fresh jacket on. There's no doubt about that. We love the family affair. Look at Donnie in the back. He's trying to ear hustle there.
Keeping everything in perspective.
And I heard that was his son's first game tonight.
There you go.
This is why we play with joy around here, okay?
No doubt about that. But you look at this. Stephen Curry, he's going to see this tweet, and he'll remember it. 0 for 6 when defended by Amen Thompson and Dylan Brooks tonight. week, the last week of the regular season, and you see those playing games, the 15th, 16th, 18th, 19th. We personally do not want to work.
Warrior logo there.
We don't want to work. We don't want to work next week. So the Warriors need to handle their business. They'll take on Phoenix on Tuesday night. And then a back-to-back, the last back-to-back of the season against San Antonio right here at Chase Center Wednesday. And then they're going to roll to Portland and then take on the Clippers Sunday. But Phoenix is a team in disarray right now. Kevin Durant has a sore ankle. Know about the Bradley Beal situation. They've been one of the biggest disappointments in the NBA.
Just appreciative to you guys, Golden State, NBCS, for always welcoming me home. Obviously, this is my home. It always feels good to be welcomed with open arms.
You smell a championship?
I do. I think they're capable.
There we go.
I think they're very capable. Very capable.
I agree with that. Dubs Talk Live is next with the great KB and Dalton Johnson. Great job, JTA, Fezzi, and Mully. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.